Our world is going to sink into the ocean. This is Vegapunk's message, the message that he left for Luffy, the message that he left to the world. This is from chapter 1113, and in it we dive into the message of Vegapunk, the message that he left for the world. And without further ado, this is chapter 1113 of One Piece and the secret of Vegapunk. The chapter starts in the Punk's records, where we see glimpses of the broadcast of Vegapunk. He says, "Now, while my coffee could use more time to cool, it's probably safe to assume that we're giving people sufficient time. T-minus 30 seconds till the broadcast begins." So everything that you're gonna see in this chapter happens in half a minute. We see one of the elders looking up, seeing, as he describes it, Vegapunk's true self. As we see it with him, his brain in the Punk records is still there. Is his conscience housed in there too? And he says something interesting. Then again, what is death to something like this? He's referring that Vegapunk's body is dead, but is his conscience still alive? With a transponder snail in front of the elder, looking like the one that is transmitting everything, the elder steps above it. We see at the rest of the world how they're reacting to the message of Vegapunk. In Sierra Village, Usopp's hometown, they're all talking about it. In Twin Cape, and we see Lapoon also, they're hearing the message. In Vegapunk's hometown, Baltimore, they're also tuning in. Perdai Kingdom, Hachinosi, the pirate island. Everyone around the world is listening, and we can see that people actually know who Vegapunk is. They know how important he is. That's why they're tuning in. They're tuning in to hear what this genius has to say about the world. Now back to Egghead Island in the new world. The elder steps on the transponder snail, but nothing happens. The broadcast is still on. Now, when the elders get more angry, Vegapunk says, "Fine now, we will get started without further ado." Everyone around the world is excited to hear what Vegapunk has to say. Everyone is tuning in. The elders start calling each other. The broadcast didn't stop. Now there's no stop in the broadcast, and it's impossible to know how much Vegapunk actually knows about the world and how much he's about to say. But York told them he wished to carry the torch of the Ohara scholars, the scholars of Robin's hometown. He means to repeat what Ohara started, and all of the elders are very nervous. We see the main body of Vegapunk. Sanji is carrying him. He heard someone screaming, "It's Bonney. She needs him." So he rushes towards her while Nezjuro is there and is about to attack her. And Sanji comes in for the rescue. Well, Sanji, she's 12 or something like that years old. I just think you should know. When Sanji attacks him, then Nezjuro attacks back. Now Sanji is the one who's gonna fight him, not Zoro. While the broadcast is going and Vegapunk actually starts talking, "I confess that I've committed 2 grave sins." The fight against the Nezjuro is still ongoing. Bonney gets angry and makes herself very big, I don't know how, and attacks the elder. While Vegapunk continues, "I believe that I will soon be executed for my transmissions. So this message will be programmed to broadcast the second my heart stops beating." So is Vegapunk actually dead? Since his body, like this is the second time that they said he's dead. Even around the world, they all can't believe that Vegapunk is actually dead. Caesar is crying also. He can't believe it. But Vegapunk doesn't stop. Even so, I want to make one thing clear, and I pray you understand this. Please do not assume that the ones who struck me down are evil, regardless of who they seem to be. I don't intend to discuss right and wrong here. I'm not qualified to judge such things, and I don't know nearly enough about him in my case. At the same time, Saturn is fighting the other half of the Straw Hats, and he sees Robin and knows who she is. Robin remembers him from Ohara, so the Straw Hats go for her rescue. Actually, Brook now saves Robin, and the broadcast continues. I'm sure what I'm about to say will be hard to accept. Some of you may think me a madman or even an idiot. That said, it is still my duty to ensure that everyone is aware of this issue. While the elders are thinking to themselves, maybe we should destroy the power station. But Saturn says this is out of the question, so they can't stop the broadcast. And Vegapunk finally reveals what he's been hiding. I will cut to the chase. Our world is going to sink into the ocean. The Marines are surprised. Everyone can't believe it. Vegapunk revealed to Luffy, the Straw Hats and the world what he's been hiding, that the world will sink to the ocean. And this actually makes sense because almost all of the pirates who are strong have devil fruits, and if the world sunk to the ocean, well, those pirates can't do anything and the search for the One Piece will be lost. So it actually makes sense that the elders and everyone else want to sink the world, and only the ones on the Grand Line itself will survive. That way all of the secrets will be buried under sea. Everything against the world government will be lost. Nothing will be left. So this thing makes sense that the world will actually sink into the ocean. But will it actually happen? I doubt that. I doubt that it will actually sink in our time in the One Piece story. I think it's what they plan to do, but it won't happen. The interesting thing is also Luffy's reaction, since he promised to protect Vegapunk and get him out of Egghead Island. And if Vegapunk is actually dead, like they're all saying in this chapter, then Luffy failed him. He couldn't save him. He couldn't get him out of Egghead Island. And this, in my opinion, will play a major role if it actually happened. A major role in how Luffy will surpass himself and act in front of the elders if he actually loses Vegapunk. And I truly hope that Vegapunk somehow makes it out alive. But this was the secret of Vegapunk, the secret that he revealed now to the world. And the end of the story of chapter 1113, Vegapunk's secret to Luffy and to the world. Tell me what you all think in the comments about this chapter and the secret of Vegapunk, the thing that he wanted to reveal to the world. Are you happy that this was it, or did you expect something else? And yeah, leave a like and subscribe. It will really help me out a lot, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.